Exercise 2.8, question number 4. If 2 cos alpha is equal to x plus 1 by x and 2 cos beta is equal to y plus 1 by y, show that x by y plus y by x equal to 2 cos of alpha minus beta. This is first subdivision. Second subdivision, xy minus 1 by xy is equal to 2i sin alpha plus beta. Third subdivision, x to the power m by y to the power n minus y to the power n by x to the power m equal to 2i sin m alpha minus n beta. Fourth subdivision, x to the power m y to the power n plus 1 by x power m to the into y to the power n is equal to 2 cos m alpha plus n beta. For an examination point of view, from these 4 subdivisions, they can ask any 2 subdivision as a 5-mark question. So this is one of the most important sum in this particular exercise. Now from where we have to start is from the first given condition. What is the first given condition? 2 cos alpha is equal to x plus 1 by x. Actually, we have to solve this equation, find out the value for x. Now, let me solve this equation. So, this x, let me cross multiply and remove the denominator. So, I will be having 2 cos alpha x equal to x square plus 1. So let me arrange it as a quadratic equation. So let me bring this term to this LHS. So what is the beautiful quadratic equation I will have is x square minus 2 cos alpha x plus 1 equal to 0. You know the formula method to solve this quadratic equation. So let me do it by another method instead of formula method. What I am going to do is x square minus 2 cos alpha x. Let me have it as it is. Instead of writing 1, we have learned in 10th standard the identity sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So here instead of theta I am going to write it as cos square alpha plus sin square alpha is equal to 1. So instead of 1 I am replacing this cos square alpha plus sin square alpha. And that too I am writing cos square alpha term as first term because here I have cos alpha. After this what I am going to do is these 3 terms I am going to keep in LHS, that is x square minus 2 cos alpha x plus cos square alpha. This plus sin square alpha let me take to the RHS. So I will be having minus sin square alpha. Now when you see this one, algebraic formula comes into your mind. A square minus 2ab plus b square. So this I can write it as a minus b whole square, that is x minus cos alpha whole square. And this I can write it as I sin alpha whole square. Why I? Because you know I square is minus. Since I have a minus sign, I can write it as I sin alpha whole square. Now let me take square root on both the sides. So when I take the square root on both the sides, what I will have is x minus cos alpha equal to I sin alpha. Actually when I take the square root, I will have plus or minus I sin alpha. But I am taking only positive root. So I am writing x minus cos alpha is equal to I sin alpha. In this cos alpha term I am bringing it here. So I get an answer for x. X is equal to cos alpha plus I sin alpha. So for the entire sum, this is the answer for x. Cos alpha plus I sin alpha. Now see the question. The second part or second condition given in the question is 2 cos beta is equal to y plus 1 by y. Similar to your first condition. Instead of alpha, we have beta. Instead of x, we have y. So using this condition, I can easily write the answer for y. Same manner like our first condition. So I need not repeat that steps. So where x is there, let me put y. Where alpha is there, let me put beta. So y is equal to cos beta plus I sin beta. Now once we know the x value and y value, let us do the first subdivision. What is the first subdivision question? We have to prove that x by y plus y by x is equal to 2 cos of alpha minus beta. So let me find out x by y. So what is x? Cos alpha plus I sin alpha by what is y? Cos beta plus I sin beta. At this stage, I am going to use this property. Suppose there is two complex number in the form of division, and if they are in polar form, what we have learned in the property is their arguments we can subtract. That is, I can write it as cos theta 1 minus theta 2 plus I sin theta 1 minus theta 2. So this alpha is our theta 1 and beta is theta 2. So x by y is nothing but cos alpha minus beta plus I sin alpha minus beta. Now x by y is this, means easily I can find out the answer for y by x. Because if you find out the modulus of this, what you will have? Cos square plus sin square is equal to 1. So for which and all the modulus is 1, the y by x or the reciprocal is simply the conjugate. So let me repeat once again. Once you find out a complex number, suppose if it's modulus. How to find out the modulus? I said square root of this real number square plus imaginary number square. So cos square plus sin square is 1, means for the reciprocal it is simply the conjugate. So the reciprocal is cos alpha minus beta. Instead of plus I have to put minus I sin alpha minus beta. So this result you always remember. When you have to find out the reciprocal, if the modulus is 1, simply write the conjugate. Now let me put this as equation number 1. Let me put this as equation number 2. When we see what we have to prove, we will understand we have to add this first equation and second equation. So equation 1 plus equation 2. So LHS I am adding x by y plus y by x. Now RHS when I add cos alpha minus beta, I will have 2 cos alpha minus beta. This sign terms gets cancelled. So we have proved the desired result. Now second subdivision, we have to prove xy minus 1 by xy equal to 2I sin alpha plus beta. We already know the result. X is equal to cos alpha plus I sin alpha. Y is equal to cos beta plus I sin beta. Now let me find out the value for xy. So xy means I have to multiply these two complex numbers which is in the polar form. So again we will be using this property. Whenever we have to multiply two complex numbers which are in polar form, just we have to add the arguments. That is this theta 1 and theta 2 you have to add and write. So same manner here I have to multiply these two complex numbers which are in polar form, means what I should do? I should add the angles. I should add the arguments. So cos alpha plus beta plus I sin alpha plus beta. Let me name this as equation number 1. According to the question, I have to find next 1 by xy. Xy is ready. Next I have to find 1 by xy. That means I have to find out the reciprocal of this. I told you when we have a situation to find the reciprocal, first check whether the modulus of the given question is, your given situation is 1. Here cos square plus sin square means the modulus will be 1. So in such a situation, reciprocal means simply you have to find conjugate. Conjugate means what? Here alone you have to change the sign. So easily we can find out the answer for 1 by xy. Simply reciprocal means we have to change the sign here. Now see the question, we are having minus sign. So I have to subtract this first and second equation. Equation 1 minus equation 2. So xy minus 1 by xy. Now since it is subtraction, I have to change the sign here. So you will have here minus cos of alpha plus beta. So this term and this term gets cancelled. When it is subtraction, already there is a minus sign. Now subtraction means when we put a minus sign, it will become plus. So if we have to add these two terms, we will be having 2 sin alpha plus beta. So we got the desired result. Now let us see the third subdivision. X to the power m by y to the power n minus y to the power n by x to the power m is equal to 2i sin m alpha minus n beta. This is what we are supposed to prove. So again let us start from the x and y value. We have found out already x value is cos alpha plus I sin alpha and y value is cos beta plus I sin beta. Now since we have x to the power m, let me find out x to the power m. So I should write cos alpha plus I sin alpha to the power m. Since this is in polar form, I can apply de Moivre's theorem. So when I apply de Moivre's theorem, this power I should put near the argument. So I will have cos m alpha plus I sin m alpha. Similarly, y to the power n, that is cos beta plus I sin beta to the power n. Here also I am going to apply de Moivre's theorem. So I will have cos n beta plus I sin n beta. Now let us come to the first term of the question. The first term of the question is x power m by y power n. That is cos m alpha plus I sin m alpha by cos n beta plus I sin n beta. It is in the form of division. What we have learned in the property, when the complex numbers are in polar form and if it is division, I can write it as cos theta 1 minus theta 2 plus I sin theta 1 minus theta 2. That is, we have to subtract the arguments. So using this property, I can write this as x power m by y power n is equal to cos m alpha minus n beta plus I sin m alpha minus n beta. Now see the next term. The next term is y power n by x power m. Actually, this is the reciprocal of the first term. I told you, whenever it is reciprocal, first you check the modulus. Surely the modulus will be 1 because cos square plus sin square is 1. If the modulus is 1, what did I say? Just change the sign in between. Write the conjugate. So easily I can find out the value for y power n by x power m. Instead of plus, I have to write minus. Now I know both the values. According to the question, I have to subtract. So let me put this as equation number 1 and let me put this as equation number 2. Now when I subtract, here I will have minus. So this term gets cancelled. When I put a minus here, already since there is a minus, it will become plus. So I have to add these two terms. So I will have 2i sin m alpha minus n beta, which is the required answer. Now let us come to the fourth subdivision. X power m into y power n plus 1 by x power m into y power n is equal to 2 cos m alpha plus n beta. Already what we got, that x and y values I have written here. X is equal to cos alpha plus I sin alpha. Y is equal to cos beta plus I sin beta. Last subdivision I explained how to find x to the power m value. Applying de Moivre's rule, I will have cos m alpha plus I sin m alpha. Similarly, y power n means here I have to apply de Moivre's rule and I will have cos n beta plus I sin n beta. Now let us come to the first term of this question. The first term of the question is x power m into y power n. That is, these two complex numbers I have to multiply. So these two complex numbers I have written here. Next I have to multiply. Now which property we will be using is this property. When the two complex numbers are in polar form and if we have to multiply, just we should add the arguments. So in this entire sum we are using this same property only. Multiplication means you have to add the arguments. Division means you have to subtract the arguments. Now using this property, how I can write x power m y to the power n as cos m alpha plus n beta plus I sin m alpha plus n beta. Put this as equation number 1. See the next term in the question. It is the reciprocal. So I have to find out the reciprocal. Means first you check what will be the modulus of this complex number. Since we are having cos and sin, surely the modulus will be what? 1. So simply if you find out the conjugate, that is enough. So instead of plus sign, I have to just put minus sign. Now see the question here. What is the sign we are having? Plus. So name this as equation number 1 and name this as equation number 2 and add this both. So when I add this both, cos m alpha plus n beta, cos m alpha plus n beta, when I add this 2, I will have 2 cos m alpha plus n beta. These two terms will be cancelled. So we got the desired result.